In 2013, an informant and Rothschild family insider cautioned that the elites were pushing for a race war in America. The elites need to set up military law in the U.S. to smother disagree and dodge free discourse and to encourage their worldwide motivation of a one-world request and mass termination. To accomplish this, they have to do some social building by inciting a race war against the dark people at home. Waking Times reports. I've recently been told the present situation is this entire race war thing. That is the arrangement right now. James Casbolt, otherwise known as Michael Prince, May 2013. As though following a content or some express stage heading, the story of bigotry and division is being pushed by prevailing press, and the possibility of an American race war is edging further into open awareness. Nobody among the positions of the citizenry stands to pick up anything at all from a slaughter amongst blacks and whites. However, here in 2016, we all of a sudden wind up on the slope of such a prophetically calamitous conflict. Who benefits? In 2013, James Casbolt, otherwise known as Michael Prince, a self-broadcasted Rothschild family insider, disclosed to Carrie Cassidy of Project Camelot how the world political first class were intending to catalyze a race war in America as a major aspect of a trick to propel the plan of eradication, to decimate the dark race, to additionally destabilize the country, and to make the conditions important for military law in the U.S. Casbolt cases to be a piece of the Rothschild bloodline, somebody who has spent as long as he can remember being prepared as a professional killer for the world's most capable family, a super soldier as he puts it. Presently serving time in jail, some view Casbolt's accreditations as rather shady. Anyway, in numerous meetings regarding the matter of the world's decision first class, he has introduced knowledge and data that substantiates as being both all-around educated and shockingly judicious. For this situation, he was asked by Cassidy, again more than 3 years prior, what he thought the worldwide first class were arranging, keeping in mind the end goal to grow their domain of control in coming years. His answer appears to be relatively prophetic today against the scenery of mobs in a few noteworthy U.S. urban areas and the rise of the George Soros-financed fifth section upheaval development, Black Lives Matter, BLM. Casbolt's answer. The adversary currently is, they're impelling a race war in America. They're socially building it, a race war against blacks and whites, since they're attempting to diminish the populace, so they're focusing on blacks in America as the principal gathering. Also, it's an expansion of what was happening in Africa with them ousting the blacks in Africa with designed aids and things like that. So they're building social circumstances in America now, and that gathering is as a rule at present focused on, the blacks in America. There's a considerable measure of race issues being brought into the media, similar to Obama's discussing, we should discuss race. In the media, a great deal of things are centered around race to get individuals' mentalities prepared for that. Michael Prince. Social building programs are the central fare of the worldwide first class, as history illustrates. Casbolt goes ahead to associate contemporary occasions to occasions in the 60s when the CIA is known to have penetrated the counterculture development conflicting with the Foundation war machine. Fundamentally, it's a continuation of social designing projects from Haight-Ashbury in the 60s in San Francisco. The Manson family, the Charles Manson killings, and he was customized at China Lake, for the social designing. Charles Manson was discussing Helter Skelter, which is a race war, a prophetically catastrophic race war in America amongst blacks and whites, and the Beatles set off the Helter Skelter melody, and after that was, the Manson murder should trigger that, and that was, the race war should begin in Haight-Ashbury, the nonconformist settlement in San Francisco. They have regularly attempted to, with the Fourth Reich being founded on the West Drift. They've endeavored to trigger this helter-skelter prophetically catastrophic race war in California. With the LA riots, they endeavored to do it once more, and they will continue attempting to do it until the point when poop hits the fan amongst blacks and whites in America, on the grounds that the dark race is being focused on as of now in America, the African American. Michael Prince. Alluding to a group of the decision world class as the Fourth Reich, a living continuation of the Nazi development that devastated Europe in the 1940s. Caspol talks about a built race war as key part in the arrangement to eliminate the planet. The Fourth Reich basically will keep socially building these circumstances, like the Helter-Skelter or the Manson in the 60s, the LA riots. Things will continue happening, since they need to lessen the populace. However, they have to begin with target gatherings. Michael Prince. 3 years after this meeting, as this correct situation inches ever more nearly, remarks, for example, these should fill in as admonitions that we are being deceived into taking part in our own particular death, and as the predominant press turns genuine occasions and shameful acts into a false banner race war, we should counter the gap and overcome technique with the well-known battle of solidarity while distinguishing and getting out the genuine worldwide powers playing every one of us like mannequins.